It took me 10 years to understand why history rarely produces female leaders. But once you see this, you can't ever unsee it again. Leadership requires self-sacrifice. Evolution wired women for one thing, self-preservation. But a leader walks into the fire first. A leader bleeds so others don't have to. But a woman's entire biology is optimized for one thing and one thing alone. It's protecting herself and her offspring at all costs. Ask a woman for emotional support when your business is collapsing, and you're going to notice a dark truth. She's going to have zero empathy for you, and she's going to start to despise you, not because she's cruel, but because her survival software is assessing whether you're still viable for her. This is why men are the leaders. Someone had to face the barbarian hordes at the gate, even when survival was never on the menu.
I can't pay the rent this month.
Can you just do like overtime or something on the weekends?
You want me to work overtime on the weekends?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to have to go back to work.
Every comment, every thought, every ideology you had and you were going to put in the comment section, you should have towards yourself. Do you feel that feeling? Hold on to it. Hold on to that rage. Hold on to that anger, because that's how men feel every time you open up your mouth. This is a female brain inside a male body, and you just now, just for a fraction of a second, understood what men have to deal with all day, every day. It doesn't feel good, does it? Would you like to feel like that 24/7? Every reasoning, every justification, everything you were going to say to degrade that man, you immediately use to degrade you, because this man is you.
The way that you have dealt with the women on stage tonight, are you okay with somebody dealing with your daughter or your mother like that?
Yes. Y'all have been on my show several times, and I tell her the real. Come over here and say some, I'm going to check. That's the problem with women. That's why they end up being statistics. That's why they end up like them, because nobody correct, and the check's wrong when it's wrong. The fact of the matter is, you coming on a situation and talk about something, somebody might talk to you. There's consequences and repercussions for every action, and I teach all of my daughters that. I say, hey, you want to get pregnant? Don't think daddy's watching it, kid. I didn't have mine. There are consequences and repercussions for your actions. My job as a father is to protect my child, and teach my child the things that they need to watch out for becoming adults. So yes.
That ugly money.
Is that your question? Thank you for the question.
That ugly money.
Ask your question, Erica. Ask your question.
As you are two men with girlfriends, so you guys, your show is catering to your audience, which I totally understand because I'm not the person that I am on my show, right? But it's giving very misogynistic because the girls.
No, misogynistic is Jocelyn Hernandez calling you a in your face. She can do it.
Where y'all hoes at? Where y'all hoes at? Where y'all bitches at?
She can do it. It's saying you bitches ain't got nothing. Y'all sit there and dance for me.
Wipe your nose and lady stupid. She's scared to come back, or I fire her.
That's misogynistic. Oh, so it's not misogynistic when Jocelyn do it. But if I tell you the truth about you, now I'm misogynistic. Oh, so she can call you a bitch, and I never called you out your name.
Look at the fly, won't even get away from you. You so even the fly's on you.
A fly? Oh, she can call you, she can disrespect you, but all I do is talk loud like a damn drill sergeant. Oh, it's misogynistic when I do it, but it's not misogynistic when she do. Okay.
That ugly money. This Thursday, Big Russ got Belly Gang Kush coming to the Southside Lounge. Lil Scrappy, Lil Zane, Big Belly Gang Cushington. This the introduction. Go ahead and text this number if you're trying to perform. And ladies, y'all free till 11:30. Y'all better pull up. It going to 3 a.m. I'm going to see y'all on the Southside. It's the introduction. Bounce that ass just like your friend do.
In all seriousness, it's very heavy on the reverse daddy issues over here. Because what do you mean you wouldn't wake up at 3:30 in the morning and take me to the airport? My dad would. You wouldn't drive a truck 10 hours to help me move? My dad would.
Do you treat your man like you treat your father? Do you give him the same authority and respect? Because when your father tells you not to do something, you don't do it. When your father tells you that your way of thinking is wrong and he corrects you, you don't talk back and tell him he's a controlling freak and he's an asshole and he shouldn't think the way that he does and he's a piece of shit. No, you let him lead you. So are you allowing your man to lead you? Your father says, no, you're not allowed to go out. I don't want you to go out. You're not going to that party. You live in my house. You're under my rules. You're not going to that party. You're not going to that party. And if you do, you take accountability and you get punished in whatever suit is needed at the time. And you accept that punishment. You don't hold resentment towards your dad because you know you did wrong. You disobeyed your father's order. So why aren't you acting like that with your husband, with your man? You know that when you get married, You get walked down the aisle, and that is your father giving you away to your husband. So now you are supposed to treat your husband with that same respect, that same authority. You are supposed to give him that same obedience and submissiveness, but you're not. At the end of the day, your father has an obligation to you, and when you get married, your husband takes that obligation. Or if you expect a boyfriend to do this and spend 8 hours helping you move, then you should be giving him wife treatment because you expect husband treatment out of him. But at the end of the day, you are giving him an obligation. So therefore now you are obligated to give something in return. If he takes the obligation of taking care of you and doing all of these things for you and treating you like your father and making sure all of your stuff is taken care of, then you have to respect him and his authority, and in his house, treat him like a king, and under his house, it's his rules, and you respect what he has to say and when he has to say it.
Men don't have rights. I think that men are just inferior to women. I think no matter what, a powerful man will simp to a woman. Therefore, a woman in every circumstance in life is superior to a man. Any man, if you make more money than me, if you're stronger than me and you're taller than me, you'll still simp for me every single time. So I'm still superior.
She is so full of herself beyond recognition. So completely full of herself that inflated ego at some point is going to become a problem for her. And guys ultimately who simp in the beginning, who don't marry her, right? Guys who are just dating her, ultimately, if they have any sense of self-worth at all, will get tired of this attitude, right? The ego will ultimately catch up.
Ask everyone to rate their own looks on a scale of 1 to 10. You can't pick 7.
I would say like an 8.
I would say like an 8. I'd say 10.
I would say a 5 on a bad day. Girl. And a 6.5 on a great day.
I know you fucking.
But sometimes I'm in the mirror, I'm like, you're a 10, man, because it's all about the mindset.
I would say a 9. I think I'm a 10.
10? Okay, what about you?
A 5 or 6. I would say 8. There's always room for improvement.
Why don't average looking women, why don't they think they're average? What do you think 100,000 men would rate you on average?
Probably 7.
7-ish. I don't know. I would assume that I'm their type. So like a 10, I don't know.
Y'all, please stop letting hating men and women bully you out of finding and wanting to be with a rich man. There is literally no award for suffering. And being with a rich man is lit. Like, you're not stressed out. You can focus on yourself. You get to do one in a lifetime experiences. And worst case scenario, if you get played, at least you get a good return on your investment. Like, I don't understand why you wouldn't.
I'm not throwing my self-esteem on the ground because a guy have money. A lot of these rich people are into some weird. And when you get into a relationship with them, they want to do a bunch of stuff to you. Have you guys seen Diddy? Huh? The that Cassie had to go through with that man and he had money? That's what some of y'all are going to go through.
I will never let a man use me. With a capital N. Never let a man use me. Let me tell you something. I am the most unusable person ever. If you ever tell me your problem, I am going to act as if I just heard the worst news ever. And I'm going to ask you this simple question. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? And I'm going to seem so like, oh my God, like distraught, like damsel in distress. Like, oh, what are you going to do about it? It's never going to be, what are we going to do about it? It's never going to be, oh my God, I can help you. Oh my God, what do you need from me? Never. It's always going to be, what are you going to do about it?
These bitches are so selfish.
When you make yourself seem useless, you cannot help anybody, the moochers leave. And you're giving that man the ability to be the big dog in the situation, and he can handle himself, because men don't need our help. They don't need our help. This world was meant for men to thrive. If a man needs your help, run. Literally run. If a man needs your help, run. A man does not need a woman's help. This world is a man's world. We just got our rights 50 years ago. How could we ever help a man? We live in a patriarchy. How could we help a man? Men thrive in this world. We have to work twice as hard to just be half as good. And men, this is your world. Why do you need a woman's help? So if a man needs your help, run.
I don't think there's any problems with helping out a man if you can. If you help them, you're not gonna. She doesn't want to help men, but I'm positive that she expects a man to do everything and more for her.
You know, I just don't even get the logic that some of these modern women are operating under. And kudos, I think there was a woman talking about, what do you mean that you wouldn't drive 10 hours to help me move? My dad would. What do you mean that you wouldn't get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to take me to the airport? My dad would. So would my dad, because he's my dad. Anybody in my family would have done that because they're my family members. You don't know this man. You are just now meeting this man. Your dad has known you, for a lot of modern women, for about 25 years, at least. He's known you, he's raised you, he's put money into you. You came from him and your mother, of course. That is his child. So by him doing all of those things, he is being a good father, which a lot of modern women like to claim that men are trash. But he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. You're not my responsibility. I don't know you. I'm just taking you on a date to get to know you. Now, when we get into a relationship and the further we go, I don't mind doing that because I'm becoming more and more committed to you and you're becoming more and more committed to me. And I would hope that if I'm doing that for you, you would do the same thing for me. But of course, a lot of modern women like to talk about all the things that you need to do for them. They have a checklist. But when it comes to you needing something from them, I don't know if I can do that. I'm too busy. I need to go get my nails done.
What if you look like a fridge though? So what? You don't like it? Okay, this is what I've realized, yeah. And this might be a hot take, yeah. As I've been on my journey of modesty, yeah. The reason why we are now obsessed with our bodies, yeah, is because the clothing nowadays, spandex, it's tight fitting. You have to have the body to wear the clothes. Okay. And on Fashion Nova or Pretty Little Thing, they don't say body sold separately. Yeah. So then you put it on your fridge, it doesn't look the same because the body is what's for sale. Clothing nowadays is meant to actually expose. I genuinely feel like this is a hot take and I've never said it before, yeah. When you actually put on clothes and dress modestly and no one gets to see if your bum is a fridge or if the bum is big, it neutralizes. Modesty is the most female empowering thing for every woman. Because the only reason we're now obsessed with our bodies is because we're showing it more. Of course you're going to compare, oh, it looks like before, back in the day, a bum is a bum. We go to, women go to the toilets with their bums. It's just a bum. It's made to cushion you while you sit down.
I want a big one though. I do.
Why?
Do you know what? Yeah, I go gym regularly. Yeah, when I'm banging those hip thrusts, it's not for free. Like I want the bum.
Okay, but why do you want the bum?
I don't know. Good question. Why do I want a bum? Because it's juicy.
For who?
For me.
Do you get to touch your bum?
Touch that.
You're touching your bum at
No,
night?
I lift it to see
at
how
night,
heavy it is.
Occasionally.
What do you mean?
Like at night, just to be touching.
No,
your
it's not
bum.
even. I don't think it's about me lifting it.
You want to feel it back there?
No, I feel like when I have a nice bum, you caught me.
Your clothes.
My clothes fit better.
Okay.
When guys are single, they're just single.
Specifically for the men. I just have a little question for you guys. It's a simple question, really.
Are any of you ready for a relationship?
I went on a date and it's like, it was good. And then yet, like, I'm just tired of, like, I don't know. The bill came. The bill didn't come. He asked for the bill. And in French, he said 2 bills. And then so they came. And I was like, if someone says, I want to take you out, then I want to be taken out, which means to me to pay and whatever. So we did that. I paid and it's fine. And then after I was honest and I just said it, like, I don't know. Cause I said like, yeah, I thought you were going to take me out. And like, to me, that means pay. When he was like, I don't understand what you mean. I was honest and like, whatever, what else do I have to lose? I just want to be honest because there's a way that I want to be treated. And like, I might as well just tell someone, like, what else do I have to lose? I don't know. And then like afterwards he was like, next time I'll pay. Like unprompted, he said that after we were having another conversation. I said, okay. And then he said, are you free this week? And I said, yeah. And then I texted him after and I'm like, I had a nice time, thanks. And then he read it and didn't respond. And it's like, okay, I don't know. Like, I'm just tired of... I'm happy I was honest. But like, I just like want a gentleman.
I got rejected from a guy yesterday because, I'll read the text real quick. I feel like you really have your stuff together and I'm not really there yet. My focus is just kinda elsewhere.
I'm not ready for a relationship.
What do you mean you're not ready for a relationship? We met on a dating app!
Hey, if you aren't busy for the next, like 70 years-ish, I'd love to spend them with you.
I could never live with somebody who like sleeps until noon on a Saturday.
That's such a good point. I feel like
It's a
lifestyle
terrible
is
point.
like so important, and like those are things that you can pick up on before you decide to move in with somebody.
Women just agree with anything other women say just because they want to be supportive. I don't even know why. It's so stupid. If that guy is working his ass off all week, he doesn't get to sleep in because you don't want him to? Are you kidding me? He doesn't get to rest. And then she's like, yeah, that's such a good point. No, that's a terrible point.
And just a heads up for 2026, yeah, playing hard to get does not work anymore. That advice was perfect for a time when people had less options, less access to other people, less money, less opportunities. That is not now. Now people have the internet, we have everybody that we can talk to, so there is no point in running and chasing after somebody that doesn't appear to want you. This goes for both men and women, by the way. Nobody's chasing you. As soon as somebody expresses interest, you tell them, I think we should just be friends. You better mean it, because no one is going to check and make sure that you're serious. Healthy dating in 2026 looks like communication, effort, consistency on both ends. And if you have any type of problem with that, feel free to thank feminism.
A lot of women today act like escorts. If a man has to pay you for your time in order to go out with you, then you're an escort, okay? Because us regular girls are not charging men money to take us out on a date.
And I wouldn't. You know what I mean? It's like, if I'm dating, let's go play tennis if you play tennis. Let's go play some basketball. Let's do something fun together and get to know each other. I wouldn't want somebody taking me to a restaurant just so I could eat lobster tail for $400. Didn't a man this, didn't a man that. Man. Let's just blame man and take no accountability because it's a man's fault.
But didn't a man make you a single mother? Didn't he leave you with a broken home? Didn't a man leave you high and dry with those babies? No. Actually, no. Nobody made me anything. See, that is what I find to be so interesting. The idea that anything that has happened to me is automatically a man's fault. Let me explain something to you, because this is something that I used to hear often on that Bird app. And if this channel was, or if this account was to get bigger, I'm going to hear it here too. So let's go ahead and get in front of it now. Nobody made me anything. There is not a single circumstance that I am not currently sitting in and living in that I was not a willing participant in. Every decision, even though I could say in hindsight, I didn't fully understand certain things back then, I was still a willing participant in my life. Right. I still made poor decisions. I still did things I wasn't supposed to do. And now I sit
in my circumstances, or I sit in certain consequences, and I sit in where I am in life now, and I look back and I absolutely see where I dropped the ball and where I made mistakes and where I made poor decisions. And I have to take that on the chin and just keep moving through my life, because I am no one's victim.
So can we normalize you letting me borrow your husband, and not in that way, you freaking weirdos, but like in the way where you both come over and he helps, you know, hang my TV and lift all the heavy things, and we drink wine at the same time, and I'll make you both dinner, and he can have a beer at the same time too. Like it's a win-win-win-win. But I need to borrow your husband.
This is absolutely the result of men leaving the friend zone, which is becoming so widespread that here we see a woman coming online asking other women if she can borrow their husbands. It's called a handyman. You Google somebody locally, you call that number, and then guess what? You have to pay for it. Because trust me, no husband wants to spend hours at your house, even if his wife is there, to fix things for you and then get just a beer and some food out of it. That man would much rather just stop for some takeout food on the way home from work and then actually be able to sit down for an hour, which is honestly all he wants, because these husbands out here are tired. Lastly, could you imagine a man coming on here making a video and talking about how he wants to borrow your wife in order to do wifey things like cleaning and cooking and doing laundry? No, he would be canceled so quickly and he would be kicked off of social media. But that doesn't happen when a woman makes that video because of the double standard.
And you know, you you look at the clip where women are talking about, are you ready for a relationship? Where are the gentlemen at? Where are the good guys at? And then you go back maybe a little bit further and you listen to the woman talking about body dysmorphia. Well, I want my body to look a certain way. I have to do this. I have to do that. And then you go back and forth between the two and you're like, well, women talking about this is one of the reasons why men don't want to date anymore. But what do you mean? Having to deal with these, I don't know if you would call them first world problems, but this is the type of stuff that a man has to hear when he gets home. Oh, well, my butt isn't big enough. Oh, I need a little bit more makeup. Oh, I'm concerned my hair is too short. I need extensions. Oh, are these earrings the right size? Do they need to be hoops? Do I need diamonds? What about these heels? Do you think these heels make me look fat? What about these pants? Do these pants make me look a little bit too skinny? Do they make my butt look a little bit too big, but then my thighs look a little bit too skinny? That type of stuff. No, you look great. I like you just the way you are. You're just saying that. You're lying. And to a degree, in every relationship, that's just how women are. But a lot of these modern women, they have mental issues. They seriously have issues. And this goes beyond, I don't like my body. This goes into, I don't like who I am. Well, I'm going to the gym because I want this, that. You don't like who you are. You sitting up here telling me I need to go to therapy. You don't like who you are. I can fix that. So no, I can't get into a relationship with you because you're going to be looking for me to fix you. You're going to be looking for me to give you the validation. You're going to be looking for me. I just need a gentleman. And a gentleman would do what for you? Tell me I'm pretty. Tell me he loves me. Tell me I'm perfect in every single way. He can do all of these things. But ma'am, you're struggling with there's something inside of you that you need to fix. Ladies, modern women, seek help ASAP.
How old are you?
I'm 29.
Are you single?
Yes.
Why are you single right now?
Because the men are not enough rich to take care of me.
So you're looking for a rich man?
Yes. Yes, I want to be spoiled.
Why does he have to be rich?
Because I want to be spoiled. Because I make my own money and I need to be dominated.
So you couldn't dominate the man who you were out earning?
I'm submissive. No, I cannot.
So the man that you want, what do you expect from him financially?
I accept him to change my life and, I don't know, take care of me, give me security.
He has to pay for everything?
Yes.
Take you on trips?
Yes, of course.
Whatever you want, it doesn't matter the cost. He should be able to get it.
Yes, exactly.
But you're 29 now.
Yes.
Do you think that if you met a multimillionaire in Miami, And he's gonna say, yeah, I'll give that to her. Or is he gonna give it to the 23-year-old girl?
I look young, I look fresh, I don't smoke, I don't drink, so I think I look 23.
Okay.
Do you?
That question's up for debate. But he gives you that, right? How do you support that multimillionaire in his life?
Just me.
Just you?
Yes.
But what do you bring?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Yeah. It's hard to be a woman today, so, and we get down, so.
I hate dating as a woman in tech because if I try to date a guy in tech, they're typically really ugly and they have a whole bunch of nerdy interests that I can't relate to. There's some types of guys who work in tech who are attractive and we might have the same interests, but they think they are too smart and they are really full of themselves, and I don't like dating that type of guy either. If I try to date someone who doesn't work in tech, but they aren't a high earner, they end up feeling too insecure and they aren't able to afford the type of things that I can, like fine dining and traveling. So dating as a woman in tech is not for the weak.
Hey, man. Hey, it's really getting spooky out here, man. It's really getting spooky out here, dog. What? I'm speechless. I've got nothing to say. You got it, shorty. It's your world, love. It's your world. Yours a dirty game, man. We are cooked. Stay focused, though.
How much did the ring cost?
$18,000.
You were being judgmental on the rings, Miss Williams?
I just wanted the best of the best. I'm used to the finer things in life, and he knew that since the beginning.
Oh, it's gorgeous. My goodness. When he gave you this ring, Miss Williams, were you pleased with it?
I was. I'm not gonna lie. I was super over the moon, and I was really ecstatic about us actually going through with the engagement.
What happens to the engagement?
I called it off.
You called it off?
Yes.
Now, why did you call it off?
One day I was checking the mail and I saw a letter from a fertility clinic. He was donating his sperm for money.
To buy the ring.
To buy the ring.
It just hit me.
I got $400 a week. I would go 2 times a week to the sperm donor, and put $1,000 each paycheck.
You were upset that meant that he had been at the sperm bank.
Yes.
And you didn't know about it.
Yes, Your Honor. I feel betrayed. I did deserve to know. I just can't sleep at night knowing that there's a bunch of random potential children running around. Like, it doesn't fit my lifestyle. I just felt disgusted by the whole donating sperm behind my back.
That is crazy. He wants expensive stuff. And he tried his best. And then she's like, no, you worked hard, but I can't accept this. I don't want to be a part of this.
Every man ain't love bombing you. He really liked you and he did nice things for you, and then your nasty tendencies came out and he shut that down. Y'all hoes think y'all beyond reproach. Y'all act like y'all can't turn somebody off. And I've been in friendships with some of you hoes and I've been turned off. This airhead, a liability. How dare I allow her into my life?
This is so true. So many women come online making videos about how guys are love bombing them and then disappearing, or he's scared of commitment, or he's flaky, whatever it is. But they always put it on the man. Never ever do they believe they may be the problem. They never think, well, maybe I did something that turned this brother off. Maybe it was something about me that I was hiding at the start and it made a special guest appearance and he didn't want any parts of you after that. Once he got to know me and started looking past my body and my looks, he realized I have nothing to offer. Maybe it was that. Maybe, ladies, everybody's not love bombers. Sometimes it's just you.
Walk away, honey. Walk away. You will find much better than him, okay? He is the bare minimum. He's under the bare minimum. He's in hell. This guy's in hell, okay? Oh my God. He texts me good morning. Please. Please. That is so embarrassing.
Stop asking them if they're gonna ask you on a date. Because if I have to fight for your attention, then pure attention. If someone is not a hell yes about you, then you need to be a no about them. Period. I need you to get so confident and so obsessed with yourself that you see all of the worth and the light and the value you bring. So then when a guy is dating you and he's not automatically obsessed with you because you know how great you are and you know how much of a fabulous girlfriend you would make, then you're like, oh, okay, he's just simply not my person. It's fine. Because you know you are going to be somebody's dream girl out there. probably multiple people's dream girl, and they are just gonna fawn over you, and they are gonna bend over backwards to do whatever it takes to get to you. Because that's what happens when a guy beats his dream girl.
I just went for a 5.5 mile run, and I'm wearing a sports bra and shorts. And I went to the grocery store to get some chicken just because I don't have any food at home. And this employee was staring at me. I'm not even kidding, the entire time. Even when I looked at him and made eye contact with him back, he continued to look at me. I've never felt so uncomfortable. And this is what sucks about being a woman, is like you can't do anything without people staring at you. Like, I'm sorry that I went for a run.
The fact that you went out for the run half naked and then you're mad that you walk into a store and guys are looking at you, give me a freaking break. First of all, you're not mad. You're not mad. You want the attention. You want them to look at you, and then you want to bitch about it in a video. Like, this is the plight of women. Go running in some sweatpants and a sweatshirt, honey. Problem solved. Why do you got to be all naked? Oh, well, it's hot out and I'm running. Okay, a pair of baggy shorts and a t-shirt. There's so many different outfits you could choose to go for a run in that wouldn't make guys be like, oh, is that a buck rock? Ooh, it's bouncing, right?
I got this DM a couple weeks ago that says that my logic is like a man's. It lacks empathy and consideration. And although she's wrong, she is onto something. Let's talk about it. See, I have a lot of hard virtues. These are things like truth, justice, fairness, responsibility, rationality, and individualism. These virtues prioritize order, consequences, systems, long-term stability. And if we're being honest, they're typically held up by men. Now, on the other side of that, a lot of women carry soft virtues, which are things like love, grace, mercy, kindness, compassion, and collectivism. These virtues prioritize connection, care, emotional well-being, and social harmony. Now, I am not saying that soft virtues are bad and hard virtues are good. What I'm saying is that in order to be a healthy, balanced person, you need a combination of both. So no, I do not lack empathy. I just hold a lot of hard virtues before my soft virtues. And that's just me, my opinion, and that's okay.
Why is it that these ladies always get a pass?
I don't date men anymore. I don't see them as people.
I don't believe that they should even be allowed to vote.
Yeah.
Cut it if not.
I mean,
before.
that's why we're in this situation, because they're voting.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel there should be a program
They start off in jail.
Yes, like start off in jail. Start off with no rights. You actually get none. And then you can earn them. And a woman can say, you know what? Like, he should be allowed to maybe vote.
He's going to vote when I want him to vote.
That's how I feel. Let's just imagine Andrew Tate does that video, right? First of all, that's worse than a lot of what he said. I mean, let's just say he put that video out. Let's just say he did. Can you imagine just consider the backlash, consider the banning on social, consider the horrified faces of the names that would be called, right? Why do women get a pass?
I'm that bitch because I'm a bitch, I'm getting money.
We gotta start looking down on divorced women, especially in the 21st century, because there's really only three options, right? Either option A, she married for the money and divorced him because she thought she found something better and wanted to get out quick, right? Option B, she was a complete up, because most men deal with a lot of it, so you really gotta up to get divorced at this day and age. Or option C, you let yourself go, you didn't take care of the household or do the things you were supposed to, your man got fed up with it and finally got rid of you. But none of these options mean that you're a good woman or worthy of being married again. And I think that any divorced woman in the 21st century, assuming she's 30, 35 and below, should be looked at very negatively.
And really, honestly and truly, I agree with Janice. You have to have a balance of what they're calling hard virtues and soft virtues, right? Whatever it is that a man thinks, okay, we need a little bit of that. And whatever a woman thinks, okay, we need a little bit of that. It gives you a nice balance. That's typically how relationships stay together for as long as they do. Like good relationships, healthy relationships, that's typically how they stay together as long as they do, because both respect. You might not always agree, but you get to a level of respect. Like, I don't really agree. I wouldn't do it like that, but that's the way she does it. That's the way that he does it. I was listening to a live stream, I think the other day, where a man, they got a little money, and he was like, "Oh man, I hate living in the city, man. My wife, she want to live in the city. I want to live in the country, man. To move for me, I want to go out. I want to, forget this $1 million home. I want to go out in the country, buy me some land, build me a big house on it, and just live out there where nobody can bother me. but my wife don't like all that, and so we don't see eye to eye, right? You know, he said that and they moved on, right? But you can tell that he respects his wife and she respects him. You know, it's a little give and take, a little push and pull. You never really hear from her, right? He's always the one talking, right? It don't mean that she don't got nothing to say. It just mean like he do all the talking, right? I let him handle that. So it's like I said, it's a give and take. It's a push and push. Let me live in the city. You can talk as much as you want. He talks a lot of trash. He talks a lot of trash. You can talk all the trash you want to. Just let me live in the city. And that's the compromise that they come to, right? So you have to understand, like I said, it's going to be a balance. Most modern women don't have that. They think, well, it's got to be all soft virtues. You always have to show mercy. You also always have to show grace. You always have to see it how I see it, or else you're not a moral person. You're not a good person. You're not a healthy person. And this is how a lot of modern women see men.
I was rejected by a matchmaker this week. You wouldn't be able to work with me. I'm very, very type A, organized. I like to be the leader. I also told her I was looking for a man who was also a leader, because I don't want to always be the leader, believe it or not. I told her I was looking for someone that was at or above the same income level as me, driven, who is ambitious, who is ready for a long-term relationship and ready to get married. She may have actually picked up on the fact that I'm a little high-strung. I'm not like a stressed out or anxious person. I'm just high energy or type A. This is who I am. And she was asking me, do I meditate? No. Do I journal? No. I said I could never really be with a beta type man. I specifically used the word doormat. I said I would chew them up and spit them out. And her response was, well, I married that type of man. She was saying that, you know, men really like a soft woman, and I should try some of these vision board, journaling, meditating type of things. She essentially said that I am not ready for her type of services because I have too much work to do. My walls are too high, and I'm not ready for a long-term committed relationship at the ripe age of 38, where I have been in therapy for 10 plus years. She also said that I need to soften a little bit. And men like a softer woman. Essentially, I spent $350 to meet with this woman, have her tell me I am not worthy of love as I am, but the fact that I need to change in order to be worthy of love and partnership. We shouldn't be pushing on these narratives that people are not worthy as they are, and essentially telling women that the type of woman they are isn't worthy of love. That is a narrative that should not be given to anyone, or it is dangerous commentary. And the fact that she said this to my face had some audacity.
The part that she's not considering is that that matchmaker is also hired by men. So she's listening to what men want, which is why she's giving the feedback that she's giving. But this reaction from a woman is exactly what a lot of men are experiencing in the dating world. There's just so much resistance from women these days to self-reflect and potentially change a little bit. It is okay to change yourself in order to improve yourself. It does not mean that you're not worthy of love currently. You are. Everyone is. It's just a matter of, are you willing to make yourself a better partner to fit into a relationship? It's really that simple.
Girls think that they want to date a high value man until he starts calling you out for not taking responsibility, before he starts holding you accountable, before he has higher standards for you than you have for yourself. Everyone talks about, oh, date a high value man. This is what you do to have to attract a high value man. But I've never heard anyone talk about like actually dating a high value man takes a totally different kind of woman. It is not for the weak. I have other friends who are dating like very loving, very successful, perfectionist, ambitious men, and it is not for the weak.
Maybe the reason why my mom tried so hard in my childhood to destroy the relationship that I had with my dad was because she was jealous. I've been reflecting on what my mom's childhood was like, and she used to tell me that she would sit by the window for hours waiting for my grandpa to show up to pick her up, and he would never show up.
I spent 20 years believing my dad was a monster, and I thought I was protecting myself by staying away from him. Then, one day, at 28 years old, something cracked, and I realized I had been lied to.
As a kid, I'm gonna tell you a story. When I was a kid, my mom told me that my dad wasn't there when I was born. She told me that he was on a golf trip instead. She told me that he chose golf over me. He was not there when I was born. Okay. So in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, well, you know, my mom thinks my dad has his priorities twisted. Maybe he does. I saw my dad every other weekend, you know, custody battle things, whatever. When I got older, my dad ended up getting custody of me. When I was 14, he walked out of his room one night wearing a set of scrubs. And I said, why are you wearing those scrubs? You've never worked in a hospital. And he said, this is what I was wearing the day you were born. In that one moment, a lie that I had believed my entire life unraveled in front of me. My mom had told me that my own father was not present at my birth because he chose a golf tournament instead of being there when I was born. But he walked out of his bedroom wearing the scrubs he was wearing when I was born. My point is, the truth always comes out.
When my mom had put me in the oven when I was little because I wouldn't stop crying, she was legitimately getting ready to cook me. And so my dad, you know, gets me and gets her and gets me and him out of the kitchen. And she follows him with a frozen can of Donald Duck orange juice and starts like beating the tar out of him. So he's trying to save me and put me in his Bronco and get me out of there. Like she's like beating him up and like chasing him and saying, you know, he couldn't take me. But obviously she wasn't fit to have me at that time. And still obviously I've never stopped crying. I cried all morning this morning. So anyways, in efforts to save me from being cooked, he got whooped and I got out of the oven and he went to some classes and things are fine now. He's a working professional. But had I not had those documents, I would have never known any of that.
We don't really give pretty women a pass like we used to. We're looking for pretty energy. Like men are willing to forego the pretty face if the energy is right. And we don't want a 8, 9, 10 in the face, but a 2 or 3 in the energy. We're no longer impressed with what you didn't do yourself. I mean, you hit the DNA lottery, but it doesn't have value when there's nothing behind it. There's no character. Pretty gets you in the door. It doesn't keep you in the house.
People will look at men and blame, like people will say to a guy, well, you're angry, but fix your life, right? Well, you're angry because you're fat. Well, then get to the gym. Well, you're angry because you don't have any money. Well, get a job. People will be tough with guys. And rightfully so, right? You know, you need to build that backbone. You need to get out there. You need to prove yourself to yourself, right? But people won't show that same just blunt truth to a woman because they're afraid. Oh, then the tears come and then the defensiveness comes and then you're called a misogynist, you're called a woman hater, all this crap. But the reality is that a lot of women are angry because they're setting up a life that doesn't make them happy.
If I plan all the dates that me and my man go on, and I plan all the trips, and I plan our future, and I plan everything that we have going on, and all he has to do is hand me some money or hand his car to me, what has he done as a leader? Because in a relationship between a man and a woman, the man is the leader. He is the head. Okay?
Right.
What has he done as a leader to be intentional, to put forth effort, to initiate? What has he done? It sounds more like instead of you being in the passenger seat and him driving, you're driving, he just put the gas in the car.
Gentlemen, this here is exhibit A of why you should never marry or date a slow woman. She just minimized the gas in the car. Like the car can still drive anywhere on that planning list that she put together without gas. She just minimized the finances, the funds, that without it, what she has listed here are only hopes and dreams. This is actually something equivalent to what happens in a lot of relationships. They're just chicks out there who, when they run out of things to complain about, they come up with like this. Beware. Because this is what's going to happen. You're going to get in a relationship with this type of woman if you don't really pay attention and take heed to what I'm saying. And you're going to be trying to explain to her why this sounds stupid. You don't want that, right? You don't want to have slow conversations. Slow down so she can keep up with the logic and say, so let's walk you through this. Do you think a leader has more responsibility? She'll say, yeah. So do you think that more responsibility means harder work? Yeah. So is it safe to say that funding the trip is harder than making the list and deciding where we should go and what activities we're going to do when we get there? No, I think that's the hardest. Okay, then you fund the trip. Come on. Slowness. Beware. Don't do it to yourself.
And I'm not signing a prenup. Because what do you mean when they slide you a paper saying, okay, here's everything that comes with your marriage? You're going to be like, hold up. I don't want this part. I don't want her to have access to this. That part really doesn't work for me. Let's just go ahead and leave that part out. We're not going to include that. Yeah, so now sign this. No, you can keep it. We don't have to get married because it's going to be all or nothing over here. Because aside from getting married for love and commitment, it offers legal protections. But if we're going to leave out the entire legal concept of a marriage, then we probably should just express our love and commitment for one another without getting married. We can just keep everything off papers at that point. And honestly, I feel like if you have to take that extra step of precaution, you don't trust me. And you should probably put more thought into who you're marrying. If you feel as though I'm that bitter of a person, or there's a possibility that I'm going to try to take everything you own if things were not to work out, then you probably shouldn't be getting married to me. And honestly, it's not even something we should be thinking about because that's only in case of divorce. And we're not getting divorced.
This is so stupid because you can't be trusted. I don't care who you are. If you're a female and you're getting married, you can't be trusted. That's just the truth.
Jesus, man. These women, my God. My God. What is going on? We talk about how men can be dangerous. We talk about how men are violent. This woman put her babies in an oven. This woman put her babies in an oven and was about to, and I quote, cook them. I quote, cook them. This is the type of mental instability that we're dealing with these modern women. Who would you rather be in the forest with, a man or a bear? At this point, the men need to be asking that question. I mean, my God. And then you can even go to the example where the woman was talking about how I lived with my mama for a little bit, for a long time, not a little bit, for a long time. And eventually I went to go stay with my dad. And, you know, one night my dad walked out of the room with his scrubs on and he said, this is what I was wearing in the hospital the night you were born. Your mom's been lying to you this entire time. Basically, in so many words. I actually, and there have been a lot of men, including myself, who have had to have this conversation with a family member. I remember I was just talking to my nephew, actually. You know, how these kids are, they knuckleheads, you know, so they don't really know. And a lot of times these modern women bum rush these kids. They only know what to tell them, right? Even though they might be skeptical of what you're saying, they don't know to believe anything else. They just know your side of the story. And modern women know that. So they keep on hammering that type of stuff into them over the years. And I had to tell them, hey man, I'm just going to let you know, now that you're a man, I'm not going to trash the other side of the family. I'm going to let you know so you can make your own decision. This what's been going on. And you know, he's a good man. He's a good young man. So he'll listen. And he went to his dad and he got it correct. He had a talk with him. He got it right. But that's what men have had to do. They have had to, I can't say nothing to you because your mom is acting crazy. But once you're old enough to understand, and once you're old enough, you know, you come into my world and I can kind of finally talk to you uninhibited without all that yapping going on in the background, I can show you that your mom, I'm not going to call her crazy, but I'm just going to say all the stuff you've been hearing about me is a flat out lie.